Class P9, Chapter number 3, Dynamics. What is dynamics? The branch of mechanics that deals with the study of motion of an object and the cause of its motion is called dynamics. Cause means force. We talk about force, and the branch in which we not only talk about motion, also we talk about force. Such branch is called dynamics. Topic name is force, inertia, and momentum. What is force? The definition of force is a force moves or tends to move, stops or tends to stop the motion of a body. The force can also change the direction of motion of a body. This definition has mainly two main parts. One is motion and second one is stop. It means a body continues its state of rest or motion if no force acts on it. Force can also change the shape and size of a body. For example, when you cut an apple with a knife by pushing its sharp edge into the apple, the force can also change the shape or size of a body on which it acts. Okay? What is inertia? The definition of inertia is inertia of a body is its property due to which it resists any change in its state of rest or motion. Galileo observed that it is easy to move or to stop light objects than heavier ones. Heavier objects are difficult to move or, if moving them, difficult to stop. Newton concluded that every body resists to the change in its state of rest or of uniform motion in a straight line. He called this property of matter as inertia. He related the inertia of a body with its mass. Greater is the mass of a body, greater is its inertia. It means if you have a bicycle and a train, which one body has large mass? Bicycle or train? Obviously, train. So train mass is greater and inertia of train is also greater than bicycle. Next topic name is momentum. What is momentum? Definition is momentum of a body is the quantity of motion it possesses due to its mass and velocity. The momentum P. The symbol of momentum is P of a body is given by the product of its mass m and velocity v. According to definition, the formula of momentum is P is equal to mv. Momentum is a vector quantity. Its SI unit is kilogram meter per second. 3.2 topic Newton's law of motion. Newton's first law of motion statement is a body continues its state of rest or of uniform motion in a straight line provided no net force acts on it. First law of motion deals with bodies which are either at rest or moving with uniform speed in a straight line. According to Newton's first law of motion, a body at rest remains at rest provided no net force acts on it. This part of the law is true as we observe that objects do not move by themselves unless someone moves them. For example, a book lying on a table remains at rest as long as no net force acts on it. Similarly, a moving object does not stop moving by itself. A ball rolled on a rough ground stops earlier than that rolled on a smooth ground. It is because rough surfaces offer greater friction. If there would be no force to oppose the motion of a body, then the moving body would never stop. Is it clear? Since Newton's first law of motion deals with the inertial property of matter, therefore Newton's first law of motion is also known as law of inertia. It's a very important objective and short question. Why Newton's first law of motion is also called law of inertia? So this one is your answer. There is side information. Do you know? When a bus takes a sharp turn, passengers fall in the outward direction. It is due to inertia that they want to continue their motion in a straight line and thus fall outward. You can use this inside information as example to explain this law. Is it clear? Newton's second law of motion. What is the Newton's second law of motion statement? The statement is when a net force acts on a body, it produces acceleration in the body in the direction of the net force. The magnitude of this acceleration is directly proportional to the net force acting on the body and inversely proportional to its mass. Now there is a derivation that acceleration is directly proportional to force and acceleration is directly proportional to 1 over m. We can also read this symbol inversely proportion then we only use m, not 1 over m. Okay, as you check, left hand side of both equations are same, like a is directly proportional to f and a is directly proportional to 1 over m. Can we write one time as like this, a is directly proportional to f over m. Can we change its side? F is directly proportional to ma. M is the mass and a is the acceleration. Putting k as proportionality constant, we get F is equal to kma. When we change this equation, F is directly proportional to ma, then we use proportionality constant, which is k, and equal sign. According to this equation, F is equal to kma. If we put k as 1, then F is equal to ma. SI unit of force is Newton. According to Newton's second law of motion, 1 Newton is the force that produces an acceleration of 1 meter per second square is in a body of mass of 1 kilogram. This is very important definition of Newton, which is unit of force. A force of 1 Newton can be expressed as 1 Newton is equal to 1 kilogram multiplied 1 meter per second square, or 1 Newton is equal to 1 kilogram meter per second square. Topic name is Newton's third law of motion. What is the statement of this law? To every action, there is always an equal but opposite reaction. According to this statement, there is two main parts, action and reaction. What is action and what is reaction? To explain action and reaction, look at first paragraph. Newton's third law of motion deals with the reaction of a body when a force acts on it. Let a body exert a force on another body B. The body B reacts against this force and exerts a force on body A. The force exerted by body A on B is the action force, whereas the force exerted by body B on A is called the reaction force. To explain this statement, look at side diagrams. Figure 3.8. There is one book on the top of the table. The weight of the book acts vertically downward, but the support force of table acts vertically upward. Both forces are equal in magnitude. That's why book is in rest. There is also other examples like reaction of the air pushed out of the balloon moves it and the rocket motion. All these three figures and diagrams explain the examples of Newton's third law of motion. Thank you, students. I hope you all have understood. Thank you.